And Senate Judiciary Committee ranking member, Senate Budget Committee, Senate Finance Committee, Senate Agricultural Committee, Senator Chuck Grassley.
What committee are you not on?
Well, there's 12 more committees.
Okay.
So, by the way, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Thank you very
Senator.
much.
You heard Peter's report, and then you've heard the White House say they're directing funds, looking to help this crime spike across this country. What's your reaction?
You could double the amount of money going from the federal government, and it'd be a spit in the ocean compared to where the police get their money. Most of the money comes from local or state sources. And so the President of the United States says he's against defunding. But the best thing he could do is every day from the bully pulpit preach to all the mayors that want to defund police, don't defund police, and preach to the DAs, most of them Democrats that are in these big cities, that say we aren't going to prosecute this crime or that crime or another crime. It's okay to have prosecutorial discretion, and you might not punish some, but you don't tell people that you aren't going to enforce the law, because if you don't enforce the law, it sends a signal to the criminal element. I can go into stores in San Francisco, take out up to $950, and I'll never be charged.
Yeah.
So it's a ridiculous attitude that we have in this country of Wild West law enforcement.
Well, you know, speaking of DAs who are soft on crime, there was a vote this week in the U.S. Senate to confirm as U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts Rachel Rollins. You did not vote for her. Last night, Tucker was talking a little bit about this case. A lot of people don't know about her. Back in January, she was accused of a road rage incident, and then some video surfaced where she chews out the reporter. You didn't vote for her. Why?
Well, part of what I just said, there's a lot of people that ought to be enforcing the crime and prosecuting the crime that say that there's a whole list of things we aren't going to bother to prosecute. It sends a signal we aren't going to enforce the law. You can break that law and you won't be punished for it. And she did that as a local DA, and then she even said to us very clearly to the United States senators, there's certain crimes I'm not going to punish. And she's one of 94 U.S. attorneys in the United States that you have to count on to enforce and prosecute the law. And then she has this bad thing on her record of imitating a policeman as well, etc. So all 50 Republicans voted against her, and it took the Vice President of the United States to break the tie to get her into that position. So just see what a bad signal that sends about whether if you're a Democrat, you're going to enforce the law or not enforce the law. People take an oath to uphold the law, and they ought to be not saying things like that.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to the Senate passing this bill to allow the debt ceiling increase without a filibuster?
Well, I don't like a process like that says we're just going to do it once. Right. Because 10 years from now, somebody's going to say on December the 9th, the United States Senate did this, we can do it again. And it sets the stage for increasing the debt limit. Now, you do have to increase the debt limit from time to time, but every Republican's voting against it because of this tax and spending spree of the majority Democrat Party. There's no end to the amount of money they want to tax and spend, and they want Republicans to help them increase it for $6 trillion. Now, it's got to be increased a little bit, but we're not going to, as 50 Republicans, back up that reckless tax and spending spree.
So if they're going to pass it, they're going to do it all by themselves, the Democrats.
Yes.
Senator, I remember back in the day when I was a reporter at the ABC affiliate in Iowa, I covered the first time you ran for Congress. And you wound up in the U.S. Senate, and for many, many years you worked alongside the senator from my eventual state that I moved to, Kansas, which is Bob Dole. Today, there's going to be a funeral there's going to be a funeral tomorrow, I believe, in Kansas, and today at the National Cathedral there will be a memorial, and the President of the United States is going to speak.
Yes.
Tell us about Bob Dole.
Okay. Well, first of all, he was a person that could work across party lines, something that is missing in the United States Senate now. He was very much a person that came out of lower income families. He didn't forget where he came from, whether it was the plains of Kansas or his own family economic background. And he tried to help those people, farmers, low-income people, people that were disabled. And then, of course, he was a war hero. We have freedoms and liberties today because he just about gave his life on Hill 9113 in Italy at the tail end of the war. And 3 years in a hospital getting back to normal, never did get back to normal with his right hand. And so he's a person that we ought to honor. And he was a mentor to me. And I learned a lot about being a good U.S. Senator by listening to Bob Dole.
Well, Senator Grassley, thank you for sharing those thoughts with us this morning. The nation remembers Bob Dole as well. We appreciate you jumping on Fox and Friends.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.